So you're welcome back to this last episode of this video for this week, and in this video we are going to apply all what we have learned so far, including CSS, to make an alert a confirm that looks like an alert too, then and a prompt like that is like a diag which you can use to collect information from users. Then we are going to try to show a spinner when a code is loading, and a modal, for example the one used in hamburger menus, to bring out a menu when a user clicks on a button. So this is just the few projects that we do. So to make the project less without taking much time, so what I've done is, for the markup, I've done the markup what said I've done the markup for all of them. So if I expand, notice that for this pop-up that I want to do now, it's going to be 3-in-1. So it's going to have the pop-up header, then it has the pop-up body, then it has the pop-up footer, then inside the pop-up body we have the alert. So when we want to show an alert, that will show. Then when we want to show a confirm, so this will show. Then when we want to show a prompt where we want to collect an input, a detail from a user, it's not just true or false, then we use this prompt. And after that we'll not talk about the how to load the spinner and the modal. Now I've already done the CSS for this, so I've already added them here. So for this one now, for the pop-up, since we've gone through the markup, so let me go over the markup again. So for this, so in this pop-up body now we have the alert. So for the alert, for instance, I just need a text and a button to close when the user finishes using or reading the alert message. Then using the set timer, we can say if the user does not close for maybe like for like 30 minutes, for like 30 seconds or so, it should close by itself. So all the kind of feature can be added, but I'll just stick to what I planned here, which is the user will click OK when the user is tired of seeing the alert. So, and it will close. Then we have the confirm. So see something, text and some buttons, but this button now the person can choose yes or what no. So if the person chooses yes, we'll carry out the action. If the person chooses no, we'll not carry out the action. So at this point we need to use a promise, because we have to wait. We don't know how long it will take the user to click the yes or no button. So we'll have this inside a promise so that the user can wait for it. Then we'll now have the prompt where we have a form. So we want to collect an input. Of course we use JavaScript to change the type of input, whether it's a text or this or that, so that in case it's an email I want to take from the user, take email. In case it's a color, we use color. In case it's maybe like a checkbox, something like that, anything that we can take from a user using a form, we can use that here. So now the next part now is the submit button. So we want to submit the button. We want to submit the item we collected from the user and save it inside an object that will be useful to the user. So this is the markup. So if I save this and go over to the CSS, now you see here is display what? It display now. So in the CSS we give the pop-up a bit of this and imagine the color of this. Then we are doing display now so that it will not show. So if I remove that display now, you will notice it shows everything. So we are going to use JavaScript to hide the one that I want to hide for each of the pop-up. So if the person wants to use this 3-in-1 pop-up to show only an alert, so only an alert to show. We want to show only the confirm. We want to show only only the confirm will show. So we JavaScript to do all that. So this is the header. So this is just the styling for all of this. So this code will be made available when I'm giving you your assignment. So let's move on to the JavaScript part for this video. So the first thing that I want to do now is I'm going to reverse what I did. So I'll do Ctrl Z. So it is saved now, so it will not show again. So we need a button that when we click it, it's going to show the pop-up. So this is the one we use. So this one is show pop-up. So let's look at the IDs it has. Here is the show pop-up. So it has a class. So let's go to our pop-up. So here I will get my show. So let show be equal to document dot query selector this. So I'll add an event listener. So when I click, I want to show the pop-up. So show dot add event listener. Click. I want to have an anonymous function. Then what I want to do now is to still target the pop-up. So what is the class name for our pop-up? Or the ID for our pop-up is what is pop-up. So I'll copy that just to save some time. Pop-up. Pop-up. So if I do this now, I want to show the pop-up. So pop-up dot set dot style dot display block right to show. So if I do this, so notice if I click here, no, not that. So notice if I click here, it shows. Now we will need to create a method that will now determine which of the pop-ups I want to use. Is it an alert, is it a confirm, or is it a prompt. So let's create that function. The function, so this is going to be an arrow function. So the function is going to be let pop ups be equal to an arrow function. Of course, this is going to be a promise, so new promise, then this is going to accept a function. The first one is accept, second one is reject. Oh, sorry, there is no arrow there. Okay, so we have that. So we are going to have an object here. So we are going to put, first of all, the type of pop I want to use. So I'll put alert here. So I'm going to invoke this pop-up, so I'll say pop-up. No, it's not here. I'll put this. I'm going to put it. So this is going to be obj, stand for objects. So the type of the object now is this. So I'll put if obj dot type is equal to alert, so it will show the alert. So for us to be clear, we need to now target the type of alert. So we have the pop-up alert, we have the pop-up confirm, we have the pop-up from. So target of them and hide them accordingly. So let's do that. So let alert be equal to document dot query selector pop-up alert. So pop-up alert, so that is the name of the class, not an ID. So the next one, shift alt arrow down twice. So this one is going to be confirm, this one is going to be prompt, this one is going to be prompt. So now we've done this, so hoping that there is no typo error, this should work. So if it is alert, we want to do this confirm dot style dot display equal to what? None. Then I want to also do this for prompt. So else if object dot type equal to confirm so I'm going to copy this, shift arrow down, down, then this is going to be, so since this is confirmed, this is going to be alert. Then we'll move this again, shift arrow down, remove this other bracket, then this is going to be prompt. So since this is prompt, this is going to be confirmed. So if I do this now, notice what will happen now. So as I put alert, if I press here, notice it's only an alert that is showing. So this is just the text. So now the next thing that we want to pass in now is the message or the text. So is the text here. So put hello world. So in order for that to show, I need to now target the text inside my alert. So prompt alert. So I can use DOM navigation to do that. So I use the first. So I'm going to put there alert dot first element child dot text content should be equal to what? Obj dot text. So if I do that and click here, I think there's an error. Not intentional, but that is the error. So if I press here, I see now, so that text shows here hello world. So the next thing now is if I click on this button, it should close. So we'll look at the markup again, and you see that the class name is what? We have the pop-up alert, then btn, then the button. So let's target that button and add an event listener. So to do that, okay, alert. So this one will be prompt alert dot btn dot buttons. So we are going to add an event listener here. Okay, alert dot add event listener. Click. Then we'll add an anonymous function. Then we'll do a console.log. No, not a console.log. So at this point now, we want to close the pop-up. So we're going to do pop-up dot style dot display, and the value should be what? None. So if everything works correctly, when it is an alert, type alert, it's going to do all these things about display, hide the two that we don't need, then add the message, then closes. It will close the alert if user press on the button. So if I try this, it shows. I see it goes out. It shows and it goes out. So we are done with the alert. So the next one now is if the type is confirmed. So if it's confirmed, notice the type of alert it will show. So if I minimize this, so if I tap this, notice it will show me this alert or this confirm. Oh, so it will show me that confirm box. So if the person clicks yes, no, you should be able to return no to the user, so the person can use that in a condition to say, oh yeah, carry out the action or don't carry. So the first one I want to cater for is the message. So I want to the message, so see the same thing. So you are going to do this shift port arrow down, move that to here and change this to confirm. So that is going to be the text. So if we save here, it's going to be hello world. So we can change the message now to do you want to delete this? So if I save this, is a question. So this shows the user, so do you want to delete this? So if you don't want the header and footer to show, so you can just comment them out so that they will not show, but I'll leave it so that I will not waste time. But that's a simple task you can do. So the next task now is if the user selects yes or no, we want to know that the person has selected yes or no and return that accordingly. So we are in the confirm if block. So we are going to add an event listener to the confirm. So you see this confirm now. We are going to add. Then we are going to use this logic. You remember each of these buttons have a class of no, yes. So if we add an event listener to the entire confirm div, when the user clicks on this button, it will show us the class name, which is no. If the user clicks on yes, it shows what yes. So we can use that to know what will return, either true or false. So let's do that. So the first task is to add an event listener to the confirm. So let's do that. So confirm dot add event listener, so this is a click event listener. Then the type, no, not the type, we want to accept, include the event object in case we are going to need it. Then just a test, we're going to say console.log e.target dot class name. So any tag that triggers this click event is going to show us the tag, the class name. So if, just like I showed you, the class name for the no button is no, for the yes button is what? Yes. So let's do this. So if I click this button now and let me open my console so that we can see the action. So you notice how responsive this the action seems to be. So I've now added media attributes so that we can make it look more nice, but that is not the purpose of this video or this class is just to show you how to use JavaScript to activate, to do some nice projects that we are already used to on the web page. So if I click on, I choose my console. So let me refresh now. If I press no, you see it shows me no, yes, and it shows me yes. So if that happens, so I can use this as a condition. So always try to, one way to avoid having issues with JavaScript is try to consider log each step, actually one that is is the backbone for your application, or that you need to use to make any condition or something. Try to see how JavaScript is saying that thing, is reasoning that thing. If you can get that picture, then you can help it to write a nice code that will work fine. So now I can use this in a condition and say if is equal to yes, that means the person selected yes. So I'm going to accept as true. So I'm going to use the else if, so that, because each of these things they have a class, so if the person clicks on any of them, we don't want it to just that the person has selected first. So else if, so just copy this so that we don't waste time. So it's equal to no. Remember the person has selected, so we want to accept as false. But if we want it to be an error, then we use reject. But we don't, this accept and this accept will work nice. So what we want to do is, if the person clicks on this, it should close the pop-up too. So how do we close the pop-up? So just come down here and copy this code. So that's how we close the pop-up. So come above it, I paste, come above it and paste. So if I come down and click this, I have this. So if I click on this, you notice it closes. I click on this, you notice it closes. But we need to be returning that value to what? To the user, so that the user can use it to make a condition. So how do we do that? So at this point, we want to you remember this is a promise and we are returning something. So in a promise, just to reiterate or just to remind you, in a promise we don't use return, we use what? Accept and what? Reject. They serve us as a return statement, so they return it to the function. So we need to put this in an environment where we can use async and await. So let's try this other method again that it didn't work. So we use this our function, self-invoking function. So if I put a console.log here, unnamed function run. So let's see if that will be shown on the console. So you see it shows, so that means it worked. So this is just a shorthand for creating a function and invoking it at the same time. So this is an anonymous function, so it doesn't have a name, and this bracket is a shortcut for creating a function. Then this is invoking a function. So this is just JavaScript syntax. So what I want to do here is to put an async here. Then what I want to do is to do a try and a catch. Then I want to log the error here, so consider log the error. Then we change the log to error. Then what we want to do now is let choice be equal to, then we'll paste this or copy it. So at Z, then we'll now have to put our weight here. So now in a notice now that. So if I do a consider log choice, it should be to show me if the user accepted what, true or false. So let's hope that works. So if I choose no, you see it returns false. You see that has worked. So if I choose yes, that has no, this is not running. And why is it not running? Because we need to place this function inside the function that is always calling this. So let's do our Ctrl X so that it will run each time. So Ctrl X. Then where is the function that is always calling this? So we are using this, so let's bring this down, because this pop-up function we are using it, we'll be using it outside the function. So we add it here. So let's see if it works, because this is the function that is calling this pop-up. So you press to be false, press again, you see now it's true. So it works. So false and true. So that has worked. So the user now can, the programmer now can use this to carry out an action or not, because you're asking a question. So do you want me to delete this? So the delete itself, it would not even spell it well. So if the user says yes, I want to delete, then to carry out the action to delete from the database. But if the user thinks this was a mistake, just press no and the action will not be carried out. So this is nice. Okay, so the next thing that I want to now do now is, if this is a prompt, if this is a prompt, so if we press this will show us this. So the next thing that I want to do now is, if what is the label for this form that we're collecting? So is it an email? So I'm going to put another this thing here. So we can use that as the text, so email. So let's take care of that. So inside the prompt we have just one input, so we can target the label and the input. So let's do that. So let's get our form label. So let's prompt label be equal to document dot query selector. So we should be having, so what do we need to copy from here? So we have the prompt, Ctrl C, come here. Oh, shouldn't have copied the post. Okay, then paste label. So that is for the label. So shift alt arrow down. So this will be for the input, and this will be input. So the message that we are sending here for this confirm, so want to get the prompt label dot the text content and equal to put the message. So of the object dot text. So that will solve the problem now. So to show us what email. So that is nice. So what also want to change the type of text. So let's say I want this form now to escalate a number or a color or a file. So we need to also set the attribute. So then of course we can use a CSS. So let me go back to that CSS. I think I have the label. So prompt label. So can use CSS to make this capitalized. Let me look for that. So prompt. So this is close. So shift alt arrow down. Put this to be label. Then I'll change this to text transform capitalized. So that will do the trick. Nice. So the next thing now is want to change the type of form. So prompt input dot set attribute. So this will be type, and the value will be what? Object dot type. No, object dot message. So we can make this so that in case the person types it in a capital letter, so put this in string and put object dot text dot to lowercase. So that's because this set attribute does not accept capitalized form. So if we do that, this will be in email format. So you notice if I bring up my popup and I type anything I want to submit, it will tell me that I cannot submit because I've changed the attribute to what? Email, which is nice. So only when I type a valid email that I can submit. So Amadi Chile, then this, you see. So that's the first thing we have to do. We now have to target the alert form or the prompt form so that it doesn't do that refresh again. So we can do that using DOM transversal, so or DOM DOM navigation. So if we get this pop-up prompt, we can say the first element child, which is the form, then .add event listener, then we prevent that. But let's do it the long cut method. So the long cut method will be to do this. So prompt form, so this one will be prompt form, and this is going to be form. So now we have the form now. So we come to this prompt. So you're going to put prompt form dot add event listener. So which type of event would this be? So this likely would be a submit event, because you are submitting a form. Submit. Then we have our anonymous function. Then the first thing, e dot prevent default. So we want to prevent that default behavior so that does not refresh the page. So let's test this out. So if I come here, show my pop-up, I get an email, I submit. So you see it does not go out. So the next thing is to hide the pop-up when we submit. So with that in mind, what we'll have to do is to copy this line of code here. And paste. Then we are not going to accept. So you are going to accept this. So you put a back tick here. Then we're going to put object dot message then we'll put prompt input dot value. So this will not work. So I think this will be the bracket. This. Okay, so this will work. So that is what we want to see. So it's going to accept this. Okay, so let's see how that will work. So if I put this, I put my email, I submit, you notice I have this not message, text. So if I do that and I submit, you see I have the email. So if I change this, so the beauty about this now is if I change this to maybe a number, so I can then there is a slight list here. I was supposed to put the message is different from the input type. So let's add another list. We'll put input type. So the input type now, if I want it to be a number, then the text now can be what? Age. That I want age. So in place of our text for the label, we are going to put, okay, we are still going to leave it, but when we are setting the attribute, we are going to use it as input type. So let's do that before we forget. So in the prompt, it's going to be input type. So if I do this, you see I'm still going to have age here, but notice because I put type number, I cannot type text unless it's what? A number. And if I submit, this is the age. Nice. So we are getting there. So we are done with this 3-in-1 pop-up. So you notice that if we change this now to alert, and this is what will show now will just be an alert of age. So you can change the text. If I put confirm, and I click, you notice age, so you see yes or no. So you need to select. So let's leave it as prompt. So notice age. So I can either increase, I cannot type letters. So the next one I want to do now is how to add a loader to a page, so that as a page loads, it is going to have a spinner. So let's activate that. So this is for the loader, and I've done the CSS. So in the CSS, so let's go through the markup. So this is loader, give it a width, give it a background color, then the position is fixed, top is this, then the right display none. We are going to use JavaScript to activate this. Then it should be at the center, then to have a transition and a Z index. Then for the loader image, this is the GIF image that will be spinning, and this is the text that will be showing when that occurs. So if I save this, you're not going to see anything because it's already on display now. So we are going to select this loader here. So let's get the loader. So let's get the loader. So document dot query selector, not that, save it. So let's loader be equal to document dot query selector loader So what we want to do now is this. As you recall from the video, if we add an event listener for this to load, it will not show. So let's add. So loader dot, oh no, we're supposed to add it to our body. So the body tag dot add event listener, and the type of event is load. It's in the showing, but it's not going to work. So the event object, unless there was something wrong when I was practicing. So I'll put an alert, page loaded. So if we do this, it's meant to show an alert, right? But you see, it didn't show. So just like I explained earlier, this load event is now only works with the HTML event. We already have a function or a method for that, which is handle page load. So let's look for that upward. We're going to drag it down. So this is it. So I'm going to copy it and comment it out from here. Then I'll come down and paste it. So this will not work. So if I do this now and activate it, you see to show me not alert. So it's alert. Consider log. Loaded. So you see page loaded. So I don't know why the alert is not working. Okay, let's leave that. So we don't want to, I think it's a spelling error. Bring down the full small. So let's continue. So what we want to do now is we want to now show this the loader. So you are going to say set timeout. Now we are going to use the set timeout because we want to stimulate a brief delay, but on a real website this should not be this is not necessary because the network delay will be enough. I don't want your user to be waiting for your page to load. You want it to load as fast as possible, but because this is a practice, so we want to stimulate a delay of 3 seconds or 5 seconds. So let's use 5. 1000 times 5. Then we want to put loader dot style dot css text equal to a backtick so that we can have some room. So we say display block. So let's see if this works. So you see it worked. So let's use flex. So the block is not working fine. It's meant to be flex. So what we are supposed to do is this: we are going to show the loader, then after 5 seconds remove it, so that there will be no delay. So we shift this up, then we still bring it down, then we put display none. So if we do that, so you notice it comes after 5 seconds, it goes out. Then as part of okay, so let's leave it at that because of time. So that is how we add a loader. So you can add some animations to it, which I did in my practice, but I don't want the video to be necessarily long. But you can play around this, add some animations so that the loader will slide in or slide out. There's a nice animation I made, and let me see if I can use the next 2 minutes to do that. So in the loader, I have a transition and this. So I remember, so let's do that. So this is the 5th minute. So what we are going to do is to where's the CSS for that? So I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C. I'll come here and I'll do a set timeout. So twice. Then I'm going to put this to 2000. So at 2000, I want it to I want the background color to be this, so it will be 0.3. To be 0.3. So let's see how that works. Oh, what a mistake. That is too big. So at 2 seconds. So let's see background color. It's meant to lighten up a little. Background color. Let me see. Okay, I can't lay my hand on that animation now. But it's a nice one. .3. Okay, that is not working. Okay, let me just have a look at what I did. Forgotten that animation. And the loader. Oh, this is the course. This CSS text does not work. They will move to the right in 3000 seconds. Okay, 3000. Okay. So without wasting enough time, let me just copy the two, because we've already wasted time. So this, so let's save. So you see, nice. So that is a nice animation I made. So you see, when it's loading, it will brighten up a little and slide out. So that is it for that. Then the next thing that we want to do now is the last one, which is the modal. So I'm going to activate that. So this is the modal. So this is the syntax, the markup. So this is a modal that will show. So this is the content, this will close it, and this, yes, this is the div that it will use to close it. Then we have the UL and the ls. So this can be like in a web page. In the big screen you have all the nav links in line, but as the screen becomes smaller, you run out of room, so you have to use something like a modal to show them in block. So if I activate this, then the button that we use to activate this modal will be in the nav. So it will be something like this. So now notice, go to the top. Now you have this hamburger menu, so that if we click it, it's going to call the modal. Now if we go to the CSS, the modal is already displayed none. So if I remove it, I'm going to see this. Why is it not showing anything? So why isn't it showing anything? So let me refresh this page. Nice error to debug. So let's see modal. Okay, because of the position. Okay, I'm to use JavaScript to add it. To add these positions. Okay, so if I maximize, we have something like this. Okay, that's nice. And so many things mixing. Okay, so let's do the JavaScript part of it. So this is how it should look like, but there's a close button that is meant to show. Where is that? Let me cancel this and check. Let me add a border here. Okay, I've saved this. I need to get the default markup showing. Content. Here is showing. So it seems this does align right did not work again. Is it because of this? Okay, let me remove that padding and margin. Or padding. display inline block. Okay, so the default items are showing now, so I can proceed with the JavaScript. So let me remove this border. So that is it for the CSS. So if I minimize, it's going to show like this. Then the next thing is to prevent it from showing all together, which is this display none. So now let's use JavaScript to activate it. So to do that, let's move to our JavaScript. So modal. So of course we have to target the trigger button, which is what? Which is a class of modal. So we have show modal so let's show modal be equal to document dot query selector dot modal, and this modal must be inside the nav. So next thing, we'll add an event listener. So add event listener to the modal. Show modal dot add event listener. So click event, and we'll add our anonymous function. Then we want to show the main modal now. Sorry, let me on this. So to do this, we want to also select the modal that will be open. So this one is a button. So let's do that shift or arrow down. Let's name this as modal. Then remember from our markup, so if we go down, we have the modal as an ID. So we just need to change this to the reference for an ID, which is hash. Then here we just put modal dot style dot css text then our backtick, then we'll put here display flex, then the top want it to be 0 pixel, and what do we have on the left? On the right we want it to be 0 pixel. So let's save that. So after it finished loading and this nice animation, then if we click this, you notice it comes here. Then we need to add an animation so that this will also do the same thing. So we add, how did they add animation? So we add animation using the shorthand. How the animation name, which is slide in, then the time is 4 seconds, just like that. So let's see. So that is it. So it's going to slide and it will remain there. See this thing as. So let me revert to what I had before. This is what I had before. So it was accent of that top and bottom that was making it. So the next thing now is, if I close here, if I tap here, it should close, then it will slide out. So that is the last thing we need to do. So remember, I've not showed you the CSS for the modal, but this is how it looks like. So we have the modal, then we have the nav, which is responsible for placing the buttons the way they should be. Then the nav modal, the background color should be transparent. That is for the button. So if I can refresh this, so that is for styling this. Then the modal itself now is for the modal that you see, this modal for the main purple background. Then we have this close icon here, or this is cross icon, so that it will be placed on the right. Then it is a span tag, so when we hover over it, it will show this pointer to show that it's clickable. Then the content UI, that is for this. Then this is for the animation. So two animations, sliding, we have used sliding, then we'll soon use the slide out. So let's now, according to our markup, inside the content, inside our modal, we have an X class, then and a span. So if we click it, we want to close this modal. So let's target that and do that right away. So I'm going to have close modal so this is just enter the modal and look for a class of X. So add an event listener to that. So we have modal close modal dot add event listener, because we need a click event. That's why we're adding an event listener. Then our anonymous function. Then to close the modal we need something like this too. So Ctrl C, then we're going to use another animation called slide out, which I showed you. Then we want it to remain on the left at 200 ROEM. So that's how. So if you don't add this left like this, it will slide in and it will still come back to this original position. So we want it to slide 200 ROEM. So if you look at the CSS, you notice that it's from 0 to 3000 pixels. So I think it's 2000 pixels. 2000 pixels. So we want it to slide from the right of 0, which is this one now, to the right of this. I want it to remain in that right. So this should be right. So we want it to remain in that right. Then after a certain time, so after 4 seconds or so, we now want to hide it. So we are now going to add here set timeout. Or our anonymous function. Now we set the time 1000 times 4.1. So you see just greater than 400. 4 seconds. So the next thing I want to do now is this. So we want to bring this. So we'll remove all this and change this to display none, so that after it slides out in 4100 seconds, which is just 100 seconds after this, 100 milliseconds after this, which is very, very short, it will now close it so that it will not cause an overflow there. So let's try that. So it's nice. So you see it slides in, but it's kind of slow. So if I close it, you see it slides out. That's nice. So let's reduce this one to 2 seconds so that it will not be wasting time. Nice. So you notice that we've used JavaScript now to build all of this. So you can decide to make the modal to show from the bottom or from the top, anyhow you want it. But this is how the modal will look like. So this is how it looks like. So if I refresh my page, I don't know if it's nice. So I think I have to use flex for that. So let's fix that error. It's not showing the way it should show. So this text right is doing me display flex, and this is what about programming. It worked in my practice very nice, but now it's refusing to work. So I have to try another method, which is align items center, justify content, flex end. So to flex it to the end. So let's see. Oh, this one is even worse. Okay, I think one thing I have to do, I think I don't even need this. I've given it a width of 100. Let's add a border to this and see. No wonder. Okay, so that means our content is not having enough space. So this is the space. So our content has to be 100%. Width should be 100%. So you notice how it's showing now. Then it means we gave it a lot of padding and margin here. So let's cross that off, and this has to look like nice. So all I need to do is what I need to do now is this. I need to give this a margin, right? Okay, let me activate this. So this is going to fix it. Nice. So this is let me change this. The way the transition is coming is not that good. Change it to 2 seconds. So ease in, ease out. Nice. So this is it, and it slides out. So notice. So this is just to tell you, or this is just to show you some of the things that you can do using JavaScript. So once you just understand the basics, try to use them to build projects that you usually see online or that you've enjoyed when you're surfing the internet. Then your hand will be strong in JavaScript. So that is it for this video. next week we are entering React. I think, or I'm sure we are entering React. So you are going to have a solid project on JavaScript, which is an admin dashboard. So that will help you to apply and understand all these things that we have done so far. So I encourage you to watch the videos and try to use them to practice, so that it will enable you to do your assignment with ease. So thank you very, very much, and see you in class on Saturday.